Hello. I wanted to do like a review. It's first impressions review of a Hong Kong Wuxia drama, but also I want to have a part of a vlog in this as well because it's just a big coincidence happened at the same time. So I want to talk about both because it's all together. So basically, uh, when I was a kid, this is gonna be a long one, so it's not like a short. The short version of this thing is A Step into the Past. Wuxia. I started watching it, watched 3 episodes, and I really enjoy it. It's fun and original, and I mean really enjoying it a lot. That's the short version, and so now it's gonna be much longer because I'm gonna talk about all this other stuff as well. Basically, wuxia, I don't know if I'm saying it properly, Wuxia, is like this genre of Chinese kind of stories where it's like set in ancient time, ancient times, like hundreds of years ago, where people are got martial arts, and it's like kind of like the Wild West, but in the ancient Chinese days, that kind of stuff. People are going around having adventures and stuff. I love it. So I think that's what they call it, wuxia or wuxia. I don't know. There's stories of it and movies of it. Um, if you watch like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, that's kind of the genre of it. Yeah. So when I was a little kid, I grew up watching these shows. Like my parents, because they used to watch it all the time. They used to go to like these video libraries and that had them. Like they would have these episodes all on VHS videos, and they'd borrow them. Like, and there'd be a whole stack of them, like 7 videos, and each video had like 3 to 6 episodes. I can't remember how much it was. I think maybe 3 episodes per video or something. And yeah, they would just borrow it and they would watch it after dinner. I think like continuously, like episode after episode after episode, like, and I would like be in their room with them watching it with my brother and stuff. There was times it was up real late watching these shows, and I remember one time I don't know what show it was, but I woke up at 2 in the morning and they were watching it as well. And so I think I crept into the room and watched it as well. But anyways, that's just talking about, yeah, as a kid how I used to love it. I still love these shows. I'm very fond of them. Like some famous ones are like Legend of the Condor Heroes, Return of the Condor Heroes. Those ones are really classic that I really love. But I've seen those a lot because every 10 years they'll remake it, and so I do love watching the remakes. But I think this time around I kind of felt like watching a new story or a different story. So basically, like usually at dinner time we watch stuff, and like I usually pick a show that I want to watch. And just recently we finished watching Keeping Up Appearances. It's like this British comedy show. So I watched all 5 seasons of it. It was really funny. But I was looking for another show to watch, and I was thinking, okay, I feel like watching one of these wuxia shows, something like that. So I looked up what series to watch, and I had to find like some site that would stream these wuxia dramas translated into Vietnamese, because I didn't want to have English subtitles, because although it would be nice to watch it with English subtitles, because like if I'm eating at dinner time, then it's hard to see what's happening if it's in Chinese and I gotta read subtitles. So if it's in Vietnamese, which is how I used to watch it as a kid anyway, it's I can just eat and kind of follow along. But also my vocabulary is not that great, so I still only understand like 75% of what's going on. So a lot of times like you have to get the gist of what's going on. But anyways, so I was trying to find what to watch. So I found this website, and it had all these wuxia dramas and stuff, and they had like a real rating and stuff. And so I had browsed through it, and then I like googled like best wuxia series, and then I scrolled through it, and then one of them that came up was A Step into the Past, and it starred Louis Koo, who was he starred in one of the Return of the Condor Hero series, and I like him as an actor, and so he was in it. And then I went back to that website that had all the wuxia dramas, and A Step into the Past was there. So I thought, all right, let's give this a crack. I had no idea what to expect, but all I knew was when I was reading the guy reviewing A Step into the Past, he called it a masterpiece. Like he said, it was one of the best ones. Like it was Louis Koo's last TVB drama, and he went out with a bang, and it was awesome, very fun and funny and stuff like that. And so I thought, let's give this a crack. I had no idea going into it what it'd be like. So at dinner time, I just chucked it on, and it was set in start because the story is like someone in modern days gets sent time traveling backwards into the past, And the part about the past is the part I'm interested in, because I'm not really into watching often modern day stuff. I like, if I can, I prefer to watch like historical, but like Wuxia kind of stuff. But so it started off like they were in modern times, but I don't know. It was kind of like my family, like my sister, my dad and mom and stuff like that. When it was on, they were kind of interested in it, and I wanted to keep watching it, at least until to see him go back in time. So the whole episode, right at the end, he went back in time, and then fun. This is where the coincidence comes in. I'm sorry this is so long, but it's more like a vlog now. My sister, during dinner time, she just messaged her friend Jason and said, "Oh, have you watched a series called A Step into the Past?" And he replied, "How do you know I'm watching that?" That was his message. And she was like, what? And then what it turned out is that he was starting to watch this exact same series on the exact same night at the exact same time. So he had just started watching it as well. So my mind is blown, and my sister's mind is blown, and Jason's mind is blown about the coincidence. The level of coincidence of that happening is like, it's like an atomic level of coincidence. Like the fact of me, out of all the shows, to be watching this show, and then her to ask her friend who watches a lot of these dramas, for him to be watching the exact same show on the exact same day. The level of coincidence is so small, and it just blew my mind. And I find it so funny, his reaction of like, how do you know I'm watching that? It's so funny. And so we talked back and forth, and he was saying that his friend Mel, her dad recommended this series to him and said he's watched it like 4 times, which is impressive because the series is like 40 episodes or something like that. So 4, that's a lot. But I can understand now because it's so fun. Like yeah, I'm really loving it. I didn't know what to expect watching this series. Like, I just heard that it was good, so I started watching it, and it's fun. It's just entertaining. Like, there's no dull, boring bit. It's just really entertaining, and the actor is so funny, and the scenes that he does is so funny and engaging and different. The different spin is because he's a modern day person in these olden day times, but it's still very entertaining. Like, it's fun to watch, and the character himself is quite good. He seems like a good character, but there's also, so far, there's been a little bit of drama as well, so it seems to be a series that has everything at the moment. So I think we're on to episode 3, about halfway into it, and yeah, I'm just loving it so far. So I think that's all I want to say about it. That I started watching A Step into the Past. Oh, I can show you a picture of it with my iPad Pro. Okay, so that's what it looks like. So that's Louis Koo in the middle there, if you can see it in focus. And it's called A Step into the Past. It was made in 2001. Yeah, I think that's all I want to say.